Hey, we gonna hit you with the bars real quick. Hey, quarantine life, but my flow still sick. If I had a maid, I have a make you lemonade. And I don't need to get laid, so don't be afraid. Girl, I get paid, but I'm in pain. Kinda like Wayne, first name Bruce. Where the hell's that made with the goddamn juice? Every day's the same, deja vu. Bring in the wine, yeah, bring in the Zans. Pump up my songs, yeah, let's do a dance. You the kind of girl that made me cancel my plans. You the only girl I let her pay for OnlyFans. Driving.
Hey everybody, episode 290 here. It is the Day of the Dead. Halloween, Taliban. You know what it is, man. What did Drake really mean when he was saying that? It's been for 7 years, and I still don't really know what Drake was. What did he mean when he said Taliban? Because when he first said that, I was a little, wait a minute. That's the enemy. He's kind of praising the enemy here. And if you're a listener to this podcast and you're like part of the Taliban or anything, I don't personally think, you're the enemy. That's just how our country portrays it. I don't really know. You can do whatever you want with your woman. Looks like you're not really doing a lot. So, Halloween, Taliban. It's just a little weird. Weird shout outs, but I guess if you're going to shout anybody out on Halloween, it's going to be the Taliban. Why'd he say it like that? Halloween, Taliban. I always just like want to know. I'm sure I could research it, look it up, like the perspective of the studio when motherfuckers are making albums. Halloween, Taliban, because maybe that's why I'm not allowed in the studio. Because I feel like if I heard that, I'd be busting out laughing. Nobody would be able to get anything done. Our music would just be so boring because I'd be there. And hopefully I wouldn't be able to influence people, but I bet I'd influence people. I'd be like, really, bro? Taliban? That's how you feel? This is the best part of the song. Halloween, Taliban. Isn't there like a video? I know it's fake, but for satire purposes. You ever see that video of the Middle Eastern guys? I think it was when like Afghanistan was like taking over Kabul or some shit like that, and they're all celebrating with AKs. And they're all dancing to Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? You don't remember that? I remember that. It's a weird world out there. What countries don't celebrate Halloween besides North Korea? North Korea doesn't celebrate anything. Imagine being that disoriented, you know? You're like in North Korea, you don't even know what a Monday through Sunday is. It's just interesting. Sometimes I have this weird conspiracy theory that America is actually North Korea. And they've done just like a really good job at masking everything and thinking that like we're the best country. And they're just like feeding us media and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, it's great. In other countries, in China, they put nets on the buildings. They put nets on the buildings so people, because they overwork each other. And they jump off and they try to kill each other. But really, and and if you say, oh, you sound ignorant. You need to get out more. You need to do more traveling. What if you're not even traveling, dude? What if you get on a plane on some Truman shit, I know everybody's thought of it. You get on a plane, they're like, please don't open the shutters, it's really bright. They just you don't go anywhere. They just keep you in this fucking airplane for 13 hours. It doesn't move. They rock it back and forth a couple of times, and then, boom, you're in another Hollywood studio. And they're like, yeah, this is China. It's horrible here. You better be grateful for what you got in America. But really, in reality, America's horrible. And other countries are like, dude, they work 9 to 5, so that's insane. I I used to think, when would I go to school? I go to school like eight to 3, sometimes even 2:45, depending on the district of the school I was in. I heard, well, when I was in school, this is where I might lose you guys in case I didn't lose you already with Taliban, but when I was in school, we had early release Wednesdays. I don't know if the whole country did that, but my district, we got out like an hour early. I think, I don't know if they changed it while I was in school or a little bit after. That's how long it's been since I've been in school. I'm almost 30. Kind of forget. Time is just different. 4 years is really not much. Nothing much. I don't feel as unaccomplished in my life, at least where I am right now, if nothing really happens in 4 years. If I'm doing the same shit for 4 years, I might be kind of okay with it. Maybe mentally, I'll be like, I need something different. But like, yeah, I was on the toilet, whatever. But like, success-wise, I think I did all right. It's kind of like, if you didn't get your shit together by a certain age, it's kind of like it's over. It's over. Most likely. Most likely. I mean, there's still a chance that you could pick it up and your life is great by the time you're like 40. But even then, that's still it's still lingering in the back of your head. And I guess I'm being pretty vague here, but what's an example of that? I think an example of that is never having a girlfriend. Never having a girlfriend, never getting closure with your family. I think that's a good, never getting closure of your family. Imagine like you had like a really bad relationship with your mother or something, right? And you spend all of your years going to therapy and having trauma and lashing out at your children, and you blame it. Oh, it's because my mom was a cunt. You finally get closure with your mom at 45. Well, guess what? Now you're 47 and your mom's dead. And the time is everything. Time is everything. Some people say it isn't. It is. People who say time isn't everything, they're late. By the way, it's what, 7:15. Got about an hour with you guys. I've got a drive to make. And then I got to make some phone calls. So we're just getting it up right now. Put a jacket on. That's my cat. It's just my guy Benny wanting to say hello to the podcast world. And I'm multitasking. I'm plogging right now. I'm plogging in my house on Halloween. Oh, yeah. Put this jacket on, boy. And I kind of want to make a coffee. I kind of want to make me a hot coffee. Because we've got that. We've got Pop-Tarts in the house, dude. 30 years old. Ooh. We have coffee. We have cold brew coffee. And it's a good kind. Went to Chick-fil-A yesterday. I went to Chick-fil-A. And for the first time in many years, I went to this certain Chick-fil-A that I live by. And I was always like, why go to Chick-fil-A, dude? There's In-N-Out right there. And for once, I had this really odd craving for Chick-fil-A. And I got it. I finished the whole thing. Don't regret it. I'm all over the place, but what's new? Sorry. But there's something I wanted to talk about, though. I felt like I kind of veered off between, being late. And I think there was something else I wanted to talk about besides, like, being late in life as well. Just can't really put my nuts on it. I don't know, man. What is the age? My mom always told me if I was never out of the house by like 24, I think 24, that's when she would kind of be like, you need to get it together. I remember her telling me that. But Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it could be a little younger. I guess 24 is a good age. She said that to me for a long time, and that really stuck with me, if you may. Benny, your food's coming in 15 minutes, all right? Just keep it together. Sorry about the cat, guys. Sorry about the cat. Let's close this. Okay. All right, we're double checking everything. Oh, I've only been doing 10 minutes with you guys. Cool. No problem. Benny, your food's coming out soon. Just chill out. Um, I'm trying to think what age was I when my mom told me that. My mom was like, I need to see some improvement. You can live here as long as you want, you know. You're always welcome here. Yada da da da. But then she's like, but I need to see some improvement, you know? And I don't know necessarily if she was going to kick me out, but she's going to start pushing me. I think she told me that around like 16 or something. I could be wrong, but that's just a guesstimate of where I was in life. And so, yeah, when she was telling me that, I always had it in my head, like, yeah, I got to get out of here. I got to make my mom proud. But it wasn't even about making my mom proud, really, in the grand scheme of things. It was about making myself proud, you know. It was about doing things for myself. And I think my parents did a decent job. Well, I don't know if decent's a good word. I think my parents did a good job. I really do. I know I kind of hesitated there, but it's early in the morning. It's 7 o'clock, and I'm still figuring it out. So, yeah, I think my parents did a good job at making me independent. What do I need work on, you know? I think that's one of my issues with this podcast that isn't, like, the best for my mental health. If I ever want to, like, juge myself up or hype myself up and say nice things about myself, I feel like I'm being cocky or something, or just feel like I'm being arrogant. So I have to kind of like even it out with like, well, what's wrong with me? Because nobody's perfect, right? So yeah, what's wrong with me? Let's make some turkey bacon. Fuck the drama, dude. What is wrong with me? What do I need? Oh yeah, dude, we're freaking cleaning up my tree in the backyard. Here's something that's wrong with me that my parents did not instill in me whatsoever. And I wouldn't really want to say it's my parents' fault because my parents are like this too. Is that I'm not a handyman. My whole life, I've never seen my parents make anything besides like gardening and cleaning and shit. That's something that I kind of lacked growing up. I am not Mexican whatsoever, dude. I never liked Legos as a kid. Legos never really cut it for me. That wasn't fun. Like, I never understood Legos as a kid. I was like, what's so fun about working? You know? I never got that. I still don't get it as a kid. I don't like Legos. I've got a buddy who fucking loves Legos. Shout out to my boy Michael. I have a buddy who's he's been on this podcast, Omar. I haven't talked to you in a while, bro, but you know what? I'm thinking of you. Even though I'm about to see you in a couple of hours, we're driving to Vegas. We're gonna meet for this baseball game. I'm gonna go pick him up, and we're carpooling for this little league finals, dude. There's like 300 fucking games of baseball, dude. It's ridiculous. Shit don't matter. But yeah, I got a buddy, Michael. He's not even Mexican. He's El Salvadorian, which is like, you know, a generic Mexican, if you will. The Sam's Club of Mexicans, you know? Think of like Mexicans are Walmart, and then like El Salvadorians are the Sam's Club, you know? From afar, they look Mexican, but when you really look into it, there's a difference. And so, yeah, my buddy Michael's, like, he's really handy with cars. He knows shit about cars. He likes Legos. He builds things. He bakes things. I commend him for that, even though he doesn't listen to this podcast. But it's because he's his own fucking person, and I respect that. But my boy Omar is Mexican, And I don't think he's built a thing in his goddamn life. The only thing about him that's Mexican is that he drinks like a Mexican. That's it. He drinks. He doesn't even like soccer. He likes fucking baseball, dude. So I don't know why I'm going off on Omar, but I just got to take the heat away from myself because I feel like shit. Because that's where I'm like Omar, but I don't even drink. But I don't know, man. That's something that, and my girl's Mexican. The other day we were cutting our tree, and she usually like getting mad at me because I wouldn't climb on the ladder like all the way. I was like, it isn't safe, you know. But that's me like my whole life. I've always been kind of like my buddy AJ had a tree house, and I was really scared to go into the tree house as a kid. Like I don't know how old would I be, like 7 or 8, and I would never go in the tree house, and as the years would go by, the treehouse would get more and more like rotted in the wood and all like more unsafe. And the more my friend would like, just get in the treehouse. And like after years, I finally went in the treehouse like all the way. Like I would only go like halfway up the treehouse. I was a half in kind of guy. You know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And so we're making coffee. I don't know how loud this is. I know I did a podcast with these microphones not too long ago, and it wasn't the best quality, but we're doing something different. So hopefully it works, and I apologize if it's not the best. I am rooms away from my phone right now, but we got this microphone in because I'm busy and I gotta multitask. So we're gonna make some. How many turkey bacons can I make? Let's just have like. Let's have 2 slices of turkey bacon. We'll have some walnuts, and then some coffee, and then maybe like a piece of toast or something. Yeah, that'll do it. What was I talking about? Yeah, I can't build shit. I'm trying to think of like what have I built in my life actually. You know, or like what's the handiest thing that I've done handyman? Oh, you know what it is? This is me learning on my own. It was skateboards. Skateboards really helped me learn how to use a fucking wrench, how to use a screwdriver, and that's like the only thing where I was like the bases of like, oh yeah, bushings, oh yeah, bearings. I used to be really into like wrestling action figures as a kid, and we would have like wrestling rings for the toys. But one of them was like really small, you know. You can't do a I don't know what that move is. It's like you put them in a headlock, then you put the other person's arm over your shoulder and you lift them up, and then, damn, who had that finishing move? Was it Batista? I don't fucking know. Anyways, the ring wasn't big enough, and then they sold like another like scale ring, which was like more realistic to the size of the ring. But then it was expensive. It was like $50. My parents would never get it for me. And I remember one time being at the gas station, and my dad filled up the tank with gas, and I looked at the at how much it costs to fill up the tank, and it was $50. I was like, that's a scale ring right there. That could have been my toys. And I was like upset about it. And in hindsight, I feel like my parents could have afforded it. Actually, it's just that they just, I don't know what it was. They just didn't want to give it to me. And so I think there was like a guy on YouTube, actually, now that I think about it, maybe around like the years 2007 or something like that. There's this dude on YouTube who, like, what did he do? He made his own scale ring. Like, he used like sponges and shit. It was pretty cool, and then like he like inspired me. I always, like, in a weird way, like I always kind of wish that he never deleted his videos. Yeah, he was a kid. He's probably a grown-ass man now, but like for like nostalgic purposes, and I know like, man, I wish I knew everything. Like, I wish I knew his fucking username or whatever, but his YouTube, all I know is it was so dumb. Like, he didn't use stop motion or anything. It was just a kid basically playing with action figures, and I can understand how that's like embarrassing, and you wouldn't really necessarily want that on YouTube when you're a grown man, when you're trying to get fucking bitches and somebody just sees a video of you playing with action figures or whatever. But he had a character, I think it was like a Matt Hardy action figure, but he named it Suicidal Tendencies. And yeah, I don't know. I wish I could see those videos again for nostalgic purposes for myself. And yeah, he would contact me. He would tell me about how he made a scale ring. Like he said, he used like plywood and sponges and stuff like that. And I remember asking my dad if he could help me. And my mom was like happy about it. My mom was like, "Oh yeah, you and Dad are gonna have a project. Your dad's gonna help you." And I was like trying to explain, like, yeah, we need sponges, we need this, and guess what? We never did it. My dad never did it. He got busy with work and just avoided it at all costs. And now that I'm older, that part of my dad is instilled in me, and I'm just kind of like, you know what? I wouldn't want to do that shit either on my day off, unfortunately, you know? But maybe I'll break the cycle. Maybe when I have a kid, I'll fucking build something for him. I'm trying to think, if my dad ever built something for me. Yeah, dude, my dad never built nothing for me. He just rode bikes with me. Yeah, he rode bikes with me. We played a little bit of ball. Yeah, I don't know what that is. My dad is not a handyman whatsoever. The only time I remember my dad doing anything was when I lived near Oakland. I had a neighbor, some white lady. I don't really remember how it was, and my dad just like would cut the bushes for her. He had them big scissors, and I don't know. I guess she asked for my dad's help. And then, like, I just remember him cutting the bushes. And the neighbor was just like, "Wow, look at you go! Look at you go!" Now that I really think about it, dude, that lady was flirting with my dad. No cap. And I talk about it with my mom. See, if I were to have her on the podcast, this would be so funny. Like, my mom didn't like her. And I remember that the lady I think she got, like, a new TV or something. And she, like, invited my dad over. She's like, "Oh, yeah, why don't you come over and watch and use a new TV with me?" And then she saw my mom. And then she's like, and you can come too. You know? So it was kind of like she was really trying to get at my dad. My mom kind of, you know, she wouldn't have not asked my mom to come over if she didn't kind of, like, feel that energy. Memories, man. That's my memories for you. Fuck is my ID here? Hold on. Fuck. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay. So yeah, that happened. I wonder how that lady's doing. And I think that was the same lady who came over to my house to play darts or something. Oh yeah, she was a hoot, dude. She was a hoot. It's funny memories, man. I ever tell you guys, what else has my dad done? What did he build? Dude, my dad did the classic, you put like a baseball card in in like the spokes of a bike so it made noises, so it sounded motorized or whatever. My dad did that. It's probably like the most handy thing my dad has ever done. My dad cut the grass a couple of times. To be fair, my dad was 40 when he had me, which is kind of old. It ain't 70 like Theo Vaughn's dad. But, yeah, my dad was a little older when he had me, and then he had a heart attack. And then he had a bypass when I was in high school. So if my dad was 40 when I was born, probably like early 50s. I'm trying to think, like 50... Probably like 53 or something when he had his heart attack, really. So from that moment on, when my dad had his heart attack, when I was in high school, it was like right when I was starting high school, my dad had a heart attack. I had to walk to and from school for the first like 2 years of high school. We'll get into that story. I guess I never told this story. And sorry, I'm just thinking here. I'm just kind of having like a brain fart of like, wow. When I get on this podcast, I guess I just tend to flow and tell stories instead of talking about my opinions on things like the Taliban. But anyways, my dad was walking with me to high school, and then we couldn't get to the high school. We got like halfway there, and he was just like, "All right, that's good enough." And yeah, he just wasn't feeling good, and I didn't really notice at the time as a kid. I was too focused on being scared of going to high school. And so my dad went to the hospital, and he didn't tell me nothing. I remember. My parents did a good job at kind of like hiding that kind of stuff from me, so I wouldn't worry. And even when I found out about it, I guess I didn't have the concept of it too much. So, yeah, my dad went to the hospital. I think I just thought of it as like he was getting a checkup or he had an appointment, and it took a while till he came back home. He never came back home. Hours were going by, and I was getting a little worried, so I called my dad, and I was like, "So, you good? Like, what's going on?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just sick." You know. Turns out he needed that triple bypass, and yeah, I remember the surgery. I forgot what it was. It was like 90% success rate or something like that. So I was doing the math in my head. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good odds. But I remember my mom like crying, and just like being so worried about my dad. And I wasn't crying, and I remember just telling my mom like it's all right, 90%. I really didn't get it as a kid, but it's funny. And so yeah, my dad had that surgery, and he just looked so like he was just a changed man. It's like literally my dad changed. It's like he left, and then somebody else came back, an older, weaker man, but a calmer and cooler man. Not cooler as in like, oh yeah, he looks cool. Cool as in like cool and collected, Nothing really got to him. He really focused on his health a little bit more. So, I'm happy my dad's still alive. I'm happy my dad's still here and everything. My dad used to smoke. My dad smoked a lot of cigarettes. Did a good job at not having the cigarettes be secondhand smoked by me as well. I gotta commend him for that. So I don't, I didn't want to shit on my dad for not being a handyman. I guess I'm saying bad qualities, but yeah, my dad smoked. But yeah, I remember seeing my dad do pull-ups only one time in my life. I was probably like 8 or 10, maybe like a couple of years before he had his heart attack. I saw him do some pull-ups, and that was it. And I think back to that, and I kind of think I wish I remembered that a little bit better. We had a boxer dog. I remember when we got the boxer. No, I'm sorry. When my dad came back from having his surgery, my boxer dog just wanted to jump all up over him. We're like, hold on. He's literally got a tear in his chest. Yeah, we got the dog. In, I was in the 3rd grade, I believe. Yeah, from the 3rd grade until I went to high school. So like 6 years after having the dog is when my dad had a heart attack. And we put the dog down when I graduated high school, 2012. Which reminds me, I should check and see if I texted my parents. I thought I texted them Happy Halloween. Huh. No, I didn't text them. Let's text them Happy Halloween. Percent is my phone on. All right. Let's turn off the lights. Let's save some fucking electricity in here. Today I wasn't really thinking about doing a podcast until I was like, oh, it's Halloween. Forgot. Day of the Dead. Today seems the most like un-Halloween ever in my life, dude. It's crazy. That's all right. It's just Halloween. I've got candy. I've got a couple of decorations, you know. I'm a little ready. I'm a little ready to trick or treat. I'm thinking about like plugging in some speakers, playing some music. But I don't think we had any trick or treaters last year. I think 2 years ago we did. I scared the shit out of some kids. I'm always scaring the shit out of kids. But my most viewed video actually is a Halloween video that I made. 60,000 views, but who's counting? Me and my buddy. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool prank. I hid in the car. My friend was by the bowl of candy. And so that was a distraction, you know. They'd focus on, oh, you just got to get this candy. And then, boom, I'd come out the car, scare them. But when I look back at that video, some of those kids were way too young, dude. I was scaring some, like, 3, 4-year-olds, and that's kind of fucked up. And I think about that. I think about, like how that video has, like, so many views. And, it's kind of messed up for the kids. I feel like there's some people who watch it that are fucking sick. Honestly. To be fair, I was a minor too. I was freaking, I was 17 when I made that video. All right, this is where the podcast gets a little slow. I gotta eat. I gotta eat before I leave. They say it's good to eat like 2 handfuls of walnuts a day. Keeps the blood flowing, keeps the dick hard, you know? Kind of want to switch gears here. I feel like there's some things I made unclear from the beginning of the video, from whatever I was talking about. I was talking about being successful. Certain things like if you don't have this by a certain age, man, just call it quits. I'm almost 30, man. I'm 29. There's 1 year left until I'm 30, and I always kind of like. I remember when I was 19, Childish Gambino dropped what did he drop? Because the Internet. In 2013, while I was 19, and he was 30 when that album came out. And I thought of 30 as old. I was like, man, like some people just don't get their big break till hella later in life, right? And I always kind of secretly made it like my thing in my head. I was like, man, if I don't have anything by 30, fuck it, you know? Like if I don't have it together by 30, we're just gonna work at Walmart forever. And it's kind of a depressing tone to it, but I kind of changed my tune on it a little bit, you know? I'm just happy to be alive, man. I'm just happy that nothing too bad has happened. I'm just really happy. Just be living life, to be blessed to be here. What else did I want to share? Um, I think for the month of December, I'm gonna take a break from doing comedy. That's that. Gonna take a break from doing comedy unless I get offered like a job or something or a show. But I feel like if I kind of keep my mouth shut, nobody's really gonna invite me out anywhere. So I wanna kind of want to use the month of December to focus on myself. I mean, I guess doing comedy is still focusing on myself, right? I want. What do I want? I kind of just want to take the month to like not worry about anything extracurricular. So like, I don't know. Because at first in my head I was like, oh, maybe I'll stop doing stand up, and I'll just focus more on like making videos and stuff. But I'm like, that's still effort. You know, like if it happens, I guess. Yeah. Kind of crazy. I'm thinking about like this set that I did at Do Too Much in Oakland. I think it's like the first thing that comes up on my YouTube. It's like my highlighted video or whatever, if that's what you want to call it. I'm like, damn, that was like a year ago? I don't even really do any of those jokes from that video anymore, but there are 2 banger jokes in there. It was like a 5-minute set. 5-minute set. And really, there's probably like 2 minutes of salvageable material. And that's just me being the picky artist. Don't get me wrong. You know, there's some good jokes here and there, but like out of, you know, if there's something that I want to keep and be like, dude, this is a unique joke. This is me. This is my brand, whatever. There's 2 jokes there. It's the beating my girl joke and the X videos joke. Those are the 2. They don't really go together that well, but yeah. I just took a shit and I feel like I gotta take another one. Might be my time to go soon, guys. It's my cat litter box. He needs WD-40 on that shit. That shit is very squeaky. I don't know if you hear that. I feel like these mics are sensitive and you can hear me fucking breathing. Time goes by so fast, dude. I was laying in bed from like 6 o'clock to like 7. And now I'm doing this podcast. I'm like, I should have been up. Should have been up an hour ago. Oh, man. I hear the garbage man. I would be a garbage man. I don't know if, especially out here, it doesn't seem so hard because I don't really ever see the garbage man like get up and pick up the trash by hand. We just have that machine. You hear that? It's just driving. It's just driving a big ass truck. I hear those things break down like a motherfucker though. All right. I mean, I guess I can take you guys to my drive to Vegas, at least until I pick up my buddy. Oh, we've done 40 minutes. We've done 40 minutes. I'll take you guys with me. Let's see. Just gotta slide my shoes on. Turn the heater off in the house. Hey, see you in a bit. See you in a bit, eh? It's cold out there. You wanna come out? Why do you have a candle in your freaking thing? I gotta go. Wanna go out? Here, go out and pee real quick. Yeah, stretch your legs. Yeah. Come on out, eat. Come on out. Go pee. Go potty. Go potty. Go potty. No? Don't have to go potty? All right. Your mom will be back in a little bit. All right. See you all later. Not the podcast. Just you guys. You guys are still here. Still here doing it. I got some walnuts with me. Got the walnuts. Got a. So what did we start this podcast with? Something about like Taliban and then being successful. I don't know why those correlate. I don't know how I go from talking about Drake and the Taliban to my mom threatening to kick me out. She wasn't threatening to kick me out. She was just trying to give me some words of encouragement of like, don't get comfortable. You know, don't get comfortable living here. Even though it was an option. You know, I just feel like it would stunt my growth as a man. If that makes sense. Stunt my growth as a man. What up? Go to your bed. Should be back in a bit, okay? Go. I'll see you later. In like an hour. Taliban. Jump in. That boy's up to something. Chicken wings and fries, we don't go on dates. Chicken wings and fries, we don't go on dates. Ooh. What's a lavish date that you guys have had? Like, what's the most like lavish? Like, oh shit, I feel like a princess. I feel like a king. We break. Now we about to break the bank. You have any of those like moments in your life? Cause now we about to break the bank. Money's not on my mind, cause I'm just spending it. Let's chug this coffee. Fuck it. That's that caffeine, boy. I'm being a fiend for that caffeine, boy. It's cold as shit out here. It's cold as shit out here.
A joy that goes beyond their circumstances marks their home and their influence in all the lives around them. Maybe you've suffered an irreplaceable loss, and you're wondering if joy could ever be found again. Well, I believe it can, but I believe it's found in the person of Jesus Christ, not...
Oh God, Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus the answer. The Jews ain't think that, the Muslims ain't think that, but hey. Whoa, this kind of bang though. It's the Day of the Dead, bro. Where's Jesus at? Where my man Jesus at? Hallelujah. Praise God. God is good. God is great. I love it. God. Am I the mentally ill one? I need to step back and look at myself in the... Because I feel like with my circle of people, the friends I have in my life, they would all kind of agree that, like, no, the people who are into God are mentally ill. But I don't know how to feel about that. Look at this fucking double ass. You driving hella fast. Don't be looking at me like it was your fault too, bitch. Or like it was my fault. It was your fault. I don't like when people put their hands up like, what, bitch? You go. For you, go around me then. Fucker. Nothing like a little morning road rage to get you going, huh? That's that caffeine, boy. Free insurance, boy. Should probably text my buddy that I'm on my way. Got a long drive ahead of us. These fucking kids. I'm gonna take turns. I'm about to... No, I just had this caffeine. I'll drive for a couple of hours and then he can take over. I want a sandwich. I'm eating right now talking about I want a sandwich. I'm hungry. There's this sandwich. It's called a Santa Cruz sandwich at like a Rayleigh's or something. When was this? I think like 2 weeks ago. I ordered a Santa Cruz sandwich, but there's avocado on it, and I'm a picky little bitch, and I don't like avocado. So I told them, yeah, can I not have avocado? Can I have chipotle sauce on it instead? And the lady just makes me a chipotle sandwich. And the chipotle sandwich has roast beef, which is, by the way, the worst beef. Okay, if I wanted a roast beef sandwich, I'll take my ass to Arby's. And I've never been to Arby's. Well, I have, but I don't think I've gotten a roast beef. I went to Arby's and got fries, all right? And so, yeah, I was like, I was just hoping that she was making like a sandwich for another person. Like, and in my head, I was like, I think she's made that for me. And she put hella roast beef. It did not look good. And then I was like, is that for me? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, I didn't want that. I wanted a Santa Cruz sandwich. I just didn't want avocado. And she looked so mad. She looked so mad because the Santa Cruz sandwich was turkey. I was like, yeah, let's be healthy. And I didn't go to like a university or anything, but I think turkey is healthier than roast beef. So I'm not going to sit here and eat something that I don't like that's not even supposed to be healthier for me. So I Karened out a little bit. I didn't really like Karen out, but it's just a miscommunication. That's all it is. That's what a lot of things in this world is, miscommunication. Like my mom miscommunicating that she needs to see some change by the time I'm 23, 24. Or else she's kicking me out. She wasn't going to kick me out. I know my mom. I could have been 25. My mom would have been like, I found this apartment for you. I'd be like, Mom, I'm your son. You're really doing this to me? And then I'd stay at home, jacking off in my bedroom, having it be all fucking musty because all I do is live in there. Have my mom do my laundry. Halloween, Taliban. They're fighting in the street. Bro, I definitely can wait. But you know what I can't wait on? I can't wait on when I have a kid and that bitch is grown. You know? Because I swear, I don't know if this is right. What do you guys think about this? I don't know if this is right or wrong, but when I have a kid, I'm going to be podcasting with that motherfucker around. Like from the moment he's like in diapers to the moment I got him teaching him how to drive, I'm going to have this microphone on me. I'm going to be like, I haven't thought of a name yet, so. Like, son, this is the clutch. Figure it out. I don't know how to drive stick. Suicide Logs, episode 3000. I've got my son here. He's 24. I'm kicking him out. And, son, what do you have to say for yourself? Dad, are you fucking podcasting again? Son, this pays your bills, all right? I ran a little league. I coached a little league baseball for many years before you were born. I drove to Vegas back and forth. And this is how we make our money. By the way, this podcast, this lecture is brought to you by... All right, son, this is the reason why I get to drop you off and pick you up from school. Is because of this podcast. Oh, that's cute. This kid's dressed up as a firefighter. I'm gonna set his fucking parents on fire and be like, yeah, put it out, bitch. Happy Halloween. Alright, I'm almost at my buddy's house. Pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing. Taliban, you used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. I'm pulling up. You need to move your garbage cans, buddy. All right, I gotta hang up on you guys. Okay. You guys have a good. Hey, this is a good podcast. We did 55 minutes. I don't think there's anything I need to edit out. I need to edit my fucking thoughts. But hey, I wasn't thinking about it as the morning. See y'all later. Bye.
Watch you losing control. Watch you rise, watch you fall. Watch you losing control. Watch you rise, watch you fall. Watch you losing control. Watch you rise, watch you fall. No, I'm about to rise. Make the pain, no escape to the step to this. Make the pain, no escape to the step to this. Face the pain, ripping me into pieces. Face the pain, no escape, can you stop to this? Face the pain, no escape, can you stop to this? Face the pain, ripping me into pieces.